inravio.com.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. I am Chuck.
I'm Bonnie.
And welcome to the weekly show. Thanks for joining us.
It's summertime. It's hot. I'm dying.
So we had a nice weekend. It was very quiet. We didn't get to go out and boat and do boat things.
No, it was
because
raining.
It was a little rainy and stuff.
It was raining.
A lot of rain going on Saturday.
I know. California wishes they had rain.
Really?
Oh my God, have you seen the wildfires they have going on?
Nope, I haven't really
My
paid attention.
God, it's terrible. Between them and Washington, I forget how many acres. It's like millions of acres now.
Really?
Yes, houses being destroyed, firemen getting hurt. I don't think anybody's died yet, but yeah, no, it's bad. It's really bad. But they're like 4 years into a drought, so it's really bad. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not good. Stay away from California.
Yes, avoid California right now.
Yeah, so our thoughts go out to them if they're fighting fires. That's a tough call out there. Mm-hmm. But a quiet weekend. Stayed around, went to the gym. Can you tell?
I'm buff. Did you hear the new thing? California is they're trying to pass California again. Can you believe it? They're trying to pass a new rule in the courts that says that all children must be vaccinated. Must be in order to go to school. Apparently, there's this thing.
Don't they have to now?
No, I didn't know this. I know.
Really?
I did not know this. There are only 2 states in the entire country that say your children must be vaccinated or else they can't go to school. Period. I don't care what your story is. I don't care what your beliefs are. Period.
2 states?
2 states, that's it.
And what are they?
Virginia and Louisiana, I believe it is.
So New York, you don't have to have the vaccination?
No, in New York, it's recommended, but they will allow for religious beliefs and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't have to. But California is trying to make themselves one of those states that says, I don't care what your religious beliefs are. That's it. Because of, this is in response to, I think it's like 100 and something people that were infected with measles in Disney because of kids that were not
Disney.
Yes,
Disneyland.
it happened in Disney. Yeah.
Okay.
They were exposed to each other.
Right, and they got the measles.
Right. So now they're saying that the rule is going to be that you have to, or else you have to homeschool your kids or send them to some private charter school or something that allows for non-vaccinated. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Wow. I really thought that all kids had to be vaccinated. I know when I was going to school, 1,000 years ago, I was to the doctor and they were shooting me up with all kinds of stuff every year. Mm-hmm. You had to do, go to this guy.
Well, it's because they tell you have to. You don't technically have to.
Really?
Yes, but the teachers, the schools and stuff, they tell you have to.
You should.
Right.
It's recommended.
Exactly. Yeah.
Protect your children and others.
Yes. It's for protecting the others. It really has nothing to do with your own kid. No? Well, I mean, it does.
Well, it's got
because if your kid is vaccinated, then it's not going to catch anything from some other kid. But it also protects the other kids from catching anything from your own.
From your own, right.
Yeah, so it's a communal thing.
It does make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's happening right now in California.
Okay, well.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have a story about a close call with a saw blade, a new baby name contest, and more. So stick around. We'll be right back.
See ya.
Hey, this is Chris Les Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 505 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime, 24/7, only on the InRavio TV network.
world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
What's up, guys? We're Scan On Fair, and we're here with InRavio. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
Welcome back
Hello.
to the Weekly Show. We're broadcasting live from Radio Studio C in New York, the big city.
Yes. This isn't a big city.
New
But
York
anyway.
is the big city, yes.
Yeah, well, okay. All right, fine.
right.
I'll
So,
give it to you.
It's
All right.
time for...
Stupid news. All right. So, a man in China narrowly survived a bizarre incident in which a giant circular saw blade fell off the back of a truck on the something expressway, then cut a deep gash into his vehicle, narrowly missing him. The man, identified only as Mr. Sheng, said he heard a crash when a truck in the opposite lane lost control, dislodging its cargo of several poorly secured circular saw blades that were 5 feet in diameter. One of those blades rolled onto the highway, past a bush on the median, picking up speed as it barreled towards Seng's truck. The runaway blade diced through 20 inches through the hood of Seng's truck and lodged itself in the engine, perilously close to the driver's seat. Police said the other driver didn't realize the saw blade had been dislodged and caused an accident. Thankfully, Seng was unhurt in the accident, albeit quite shaken. I would think so. Can you just imagine this thing rolling, like at you down the highway? How creepy would that be? That would scare the crap out of me. That would.
Yeah, that's a big blade. That's a 5-foot diameter blade. I can't imagine how much that thing weighs, but that's a big blade. To have that thing come flying off the back of a truck at you? Wow.
That would be like a moment.
Yeah. That's, at least if you hit a tire or something, it would bounce off. That's not bouncing off.
No, that's not bouncing anywhere. That's like something out of a cartoon.
Out of a cartoon?
Yeah, this blade coming at you, like something at Acme something or other.
Acme blade, cutting your car in half, and you're still driving down the highway in half a car.
Yeah, one side of the car. You'd see down the side of it. That would be funny.
Wow, that's a heavy blade. Yeah. It's got to be a 500-pound blade.
I would think so.
At least. Crazy. Well, how about this one?
Okay.
New York traffic wardens, apparently they issued 2 parking tickets to a car whose driver was found dead in the front seat. Police have launched an investigation into whether the warden saw the body of the 47-year-old Mandu Barry who failed to report it. 2 parking tickets were found on the car, which was sitting in a zone where vehicles are not allowed to park between 11:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. On the day the body was found, wardens had apparently ticketed both the cars in front and behind Mr. Barry's Buick Regal, but not his. Officials said they were investigating why wardens failed to give Mr. Barry's a 3rd ticket. Really, is that the concern? As to why Mr. Barry was found dead in the car, police reported he apparently had died from natural causes. Police sources said he had a number of health problems requiring medication and that he was known to prefer to drive himself to the hospital when he felt unwell. Well, a lot of things wrong with that. First off, you don't drive yourself to the hospital when you feel unwell. Secondly, 2 tickets on the car and nobody saw him in the front seat.
Yeah.
And they're questioning why they didn't get a 3rd ticket, really. Is the 3rd ticket's what putting you over the top?
Yeah, well, okay, so the accountant person in the police department is wondering why they didn't make enough money that month.
Yeah.
But the big question, of course, always is, the police are going by and they're writing these tickets and they don't notice a body rotting inside this
They
car.
don't pay attention. They're just doing it. Hey, I'm just doing my job. That's what everybody's excuse is. I'm just doing my job. What does that mean? Do your job right, or do it well, or don't do something stupid. But come on.
Still, you should notice that there's a body in there. At the very least,
at the very least.
knock on the window and go, dude, you're not supposed to be parked here.
Well, you would think the guy would move when you're putting a parking ticket on his car.
Exactly. He'd wiggle around or
What do
something.
you
And
think,
go,
he's
no,
sleeping or
no.
something? Yeah. What do you think, he's sleeping?
Exactly.
Got to check.
Oh, goodness.
Things like this happen.
It's unbelievable that they
Yeah.
happen. But yeah, they happen.
They do.
Okay. So moving right along.
All right.
So now you can tote around a pop-up hotel room no matter where you are in the world, thanks to Austrian design firm Just's new travel box. The innovative product unfolds to reveal a comfy bed, chair, table, storage, and even a bicycle for avid travelers who often switch locations. Weighing less than your average human being at 132 pounds, the box is packed in wood and aluminum, making it durable enough to avoid the wear and tear of international travel. Measuring exactly 6.8 feet long, 1.3 feet wide, and 4 feet high, the portable room can easily be transported to both local and exotic destinations by your average shipping company. When not being used for travel, the travel box can act as a room divider by transforming into a shelving unit for clothing, books, and other household items. The goal is to eliminate the need to buy extra furniture when moving around from place to place or from home to home, cutting down on both extra cost and unnecessary waste. No.
No?
I am not.
Living in a box.
No, exactly. I'm not living in a box. I'm not traveling around with my own portable coffin. So for me to have a place to sleep, I'm not a vampire. Not happening.
Your own portable coffin.
Yeah.
Is that what you would call that?
Yes, it's a box with bedding in it. It's a coffin.
Okay.
Yes. There's no way. I mean, I think it's cool that you can not have to pay for a hotel, but at the same token, there's no privacy to that whatsoever.
There's no shelter there.
There's no shelter. There's nothing to block you from the mosquitoes or whatever. Yes, no, the rain.
Yeah, could you just
the bears?
Just take a tent with you.
Yeah.
Set it up.
Exactly.
Camping anyway. What are we talking about?
Strap that thing to the roof of your
Even
car.
better, how are you going to drag that around with a bicycle in there? Even if
Well, I did find a picture of somebody with that thing strapped to the top of his car.
Sure.
No.
It takes two people to get it up there, 138 pounds.
That too, yes. No, not happening.
Well, at least they gave it a shot. I like the van on wheels. That's your portable hotel room right there. You pull up and sleep. You're good to go. Well, how about this one? Do you want a $10,000 gift card to casual dining restaurant, BJ's Restaurant and Brewhouse? Just name your baby...
Quinoa.
Quinoa?
Quinoa.
The chain, which has 163 BJ's restaurants across the nation, announced Wednesday that in celebration of its new Quinoa Bowl dishes, it is offering the massive gift card to parents who named their newborn baby after the high-protein grain. Chief Marketing Officer Kevin May said, "We are so excited to introduce these amazing new quinoa bowls that we wanted to do something big, maybe even a little crazy. If you're trying to win, you better hurry. The official contest rules dictate that there will only be one winner, and the person, whoever names his or her baby quinoa first during the contest period, which began 12 a.m. on June 22nd, no middle names and nicknames don't count, and you have to back it up with a birth certificate." That's right, you could call your
progeny
quinoa doom him or her to a life of mockery. And it's worth $10,000 worth of cherry
and you could
chipotle
still
glaze,
not
salmon, and French fries.
I'd still not win it though, because you have to be the first one to do it.
Better yet, $10,000 gift card. How much food you're going to eat there?
Well, we're fat. We could go through $10,000.
In a week.
No, not quite that long.
But still, that's a lot of food.
Yes, but I'm thinking if you're going to doom your poor kid to a life of mockery by naming him quinoa, you better make sure that you're giving him college funds. You know, big money.
But that's a gift card.
I know. It's not enough money.
But it's a gift card.
I know.
It's not to a college. It's
I
a gift
know.
card.
I know.
It should be to a college. Is
It
what it should be.
Absolutely.
That's what it should be.
It should be bigger money, and it should be college money. That's what it should be.
10,000 would be good, but to a college, yeah.
It's not enough.
To the, you know.
No. To name your kid quinoa? No. But then again, it only costs like $100 and something to change your name, so I guess it wouldn't be that big a deal.
Well, I mean, I've heard stranger names than quinoa. Am I right?
Yeah, a couple.
There's a couple out there, so, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Could be worse. See, now, if they were going to name me a kid hamburger, I'm there. Hey, give me $10,000 for hamburgers. I'm good.
Uh-huh.
Hamburgers and French fries. Yeah, I could go through that in a month.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we have This Week and Next Week with Rick Eberly, our Glory Days 2-minute warning, and lots more. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Hey, I'm Raul Panther.
And I'm Commander B. Hawkins.
And I'm Rich Weller. We're some of the Proto Men. If we see you without this bracelet, you're a punch in the But if you have this bracelet from InRavio.com, you can win $100.
Put one of these on, or else.
What are you looking at me for? What'd I do?
You normally say hello.
Oh, hello. Welcome back to the show.
Hello, watchers.
Hello there.
Exactly.
Oh, Chef of the Future?
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Nobody got that.
Nobody but us old people.
Nah, that's it. All right. So throw it to you. So what do we got?
We got Rick Eberly with This Week and Next Week. Let's see what he's got going
Good old
on.
Rick.
Hey everyone, I'm Rick Eberly, and this is This Week and Next Week. What are your plans for this week? Doesn't matter, cancel them. I have your new plans right here. Tomorrow's going to be a memorable Thursday night yet again, as Webster Hall continues their legendary Thursday night house party. This ongoing party always attracts the hottest names in dance music, which is obvious when you look at tomorrow's lineup. Just Blaze, DJ Soul, Electric Punani, even Funk Flex going to be there, and more. They'll be in the Grand Ballroom delivering the best in electronic dance music. Doors open at 10 p.m. and as always, tickets are just a measly $15. On Long Island Friday, get your dance pop on at Revolution Bar and Music Hall as they host a super special performance by the one and only China Crisis. They'll also be joined by Men Without Hats and the Retromantics, so synths will be blaring that night. That's this Friday, 8 p.m. in Amityville. It's sure to be a fun show, so definitely stop by. I mean, who doesn't love a good keytar? Next up, we have what could be the show of the month. Gentlemen, get your credit cards ready. This Saturday, you'll want no need to be at the Emporium in Patchogue for a performance by the one, the only, Nelly. Phew, is it getting hot in here? I apologize for that, but my producers thought it would be hysterical. I'm mortified. Anyway, we'll be throwing down all your favorites with him this Saturday at 8 p.m. Tickets are just $20. There's some left. Right now, get them, 21 and up. Make sure you reserve yourself a VIP table. I know we recommend it every time, but especially for this night, it's only going to make it like 300 times better, at least. Finally, I have an extra special 2-day event with New Kids on the Block. They're back, and they're stepping into the ring in a big way. How big? How about Madison Square Garden big? Back in the day, in the 80s, they could fill up the Garden, and they're back. They're old school favorites. I mean, come on, guys. You know The Right Stuff and all the other songs. I don't know any other ones, but, I know the girls like them. They're going to be there delivering their hits. It's going to be this Sunday and Monday, all right? They're going all out this time, guys. Honestly, it's got top-of-the-line production, 360-degree spinning stage, special performance by TLC as well. And here you go. If you missed Nelly, here he is again. Nelly is on this show as well. Wow, he's really making his rounds this year. Tickets to Reliving Your Teen Years start at just $40. Once again, that's it for me. I know you're very sad, but be sure you're visiting InRavio.com and catching all our other awesome content. Also, make sure you're following at InRavio on Twitter and liking our posts at Facebook.com/InRavioWeekly. I'm Rick Eberly. You can get me at RickEberly.com, Rick Eberly on Twitter, Rick Eberly on Instagram, and Rick Eberly PR on The Book of Face. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Thanks, Rick.
Wow, a lot of stuff going on.
Back. A lot of stuff going on this week.
All right, so let's get right back into it.
Okay, I'm ready.
I love this story. A twice-divorced 70-year-old retiree has found her way in the modern dating scene and now has a social life that would exhaust most anyone else. Margaret Collins of East London has dated at least 200 men since her last divorce in her 60s. The retired beautician has been using the dating app Tinder to meet men, as well as going on the pull in Newcastle with her daughter Mandy, who is 47. By the way, I looked it up, and on the pull is a way of saying looking for a one-night stand. And it seems that Newcastle is the one-night stand capital of the country. Margaret was quoted as saying, "It's like having a shop where you can go in and choose somebody and go out with them and then put them back and choose someone else. I heard from a friend that Tinder is a good dating site, so I have the app on my phone." She says she dates men younger than her daughters, who range from 41 to 49, because she finds men her own age too dull, and men over 60 are old and creaky, they're stiff, and they don't dance. She prefers men in their 30s and 40s. Later, she went on to say that she's a hopeless romantic and still dreams of finding the one. I have a hard time with that. Now, granted, she looks great. For a 70-year-old woman, she looks amazing. But if she's going out on the pull, I don't think she's really looking for the one. She's looking for the many, maybe, but I don't know about the one.
She's looking for Mr. Right Now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think at 70, I think she's looking for the one is over.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, the lifestyle she's living, that's not what she's looking for.
I don't think so. But isn't Tinder a hookup app?
Not sure, but I believe that's the case.
I think that's what it is. I think it's like Grindr, except it's...
I don't know what Grindr is.
That's a hookup app for the gay community.
Oh, okay. Did not know that.
Well, I have gay friends.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tinder is the Grindr of the hetero community.
Okay.
I think.
Well, either way, I mean, it's
not a dating site.
Isn't that a little unsafe, hooking up every night?
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. That's...
Well, keeping on that theme, apparently this one, perhaps the most famous legal prostitution in the United States, a woman who goes professionally by the name Air Force Amy, is making a case to be the first woman pictured on U.S. paper currency. Amy, who works at the famous Moonlight Bunny Ranch in Carson City, Nevada, was featured prominently on the HBO series Cat House, previously served for 6 years in the U.S. Air Force, and believes she embodies everything the Treasury Department is looking for in a woman. Since 1923, former Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton has been on the $10 bill, and officials announced earlier this month that it's time for an iconic American woman to grace a piece of U.S. currency. Treasury Secretary Jack Lew will make the final decision about which woman will join Hamilton on the bill. Amy said the Treasury Department has said that they want the honoree to be a symbol of democracy and women's equality. In the Air Force, I served this country and fought for her freedom. And as a courtesan, I have elevated women's power within the business to the level of six-figure incomes and the ability to control their own destinies. There might be one small kink, though, in Amy's campaign. She's not dead. Per government rules, any person who appears on U.S. currency must be deceased. Now, I saw the show, and I know Air Force Amy, so maybe she is a good role model. But she is not dead. So we'll have to wait maybe for the next bill.
Well, apparently, the bill is not going to actually be minted until around 2020. And she went on to say later that, who knows, maybe she won't be around at that point. I don't know if she knows something that we don't know, or she just figures it's, 5 years from now, and who knows.
You never know.
That's right.
Man plans, God laughs, so who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Yeah. Well, when I was getting that story, part of it read a little funny to me. It looked like it said this woman would be on the bill with Hamilton, not instead of Hamilton.
That's what it read as, but I think it's instead of.
Well, I think it would be funny to see her on the bill with Hamilton. That would be amazing.
That would be fun.
That would be so much better than her all by herself on that bill.
I think you're right.
I think it would be really cool. I think it would make America more the laughingstock than we've ever been, but I still think it would be funny.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. All right.
If they do put her on a bill, no pole.
No pole.
Pole.
No pole.
No pole dancing on the bill.
I think they should drape her across Hamilton's lap or something.
That would be hysterical.
Okay, we've got a follow-up story.
Okay.
Yes. Remember we talked
I
about...
like those.
I know you do. Remember we talked about the inn that was that got passed along to someone else because it was the essay contest?
Right. They won it in a competition.
Correct. Well, we have a follow-up story on that. You thought it was over. You assumed that there was nothing else to tell because they won the inn. It's done. What else is there? Well, there's more.
I thought they were out with the inn.
No, apparently not. Police are investigating whether an innkeeper violated state law in an essay contest in which her 210-year-old country inn was the prize. The investigation focuses on whether the Win and In contest violated state law governing games of chance. Some contest losers felt the odds were stacked against them. The newly formed Center Lavelle Contest Fair Practices Commission says inn owner Janice Sage marketed the contest as open to all, regardless of background, but awarded the prize to a couple with hospitality business experience in the Virgin Islands. The founder of the group, Kelly Press, said, in short, Janice Sage was advertising a contest for dreamers who would never have the chance to win an inn and restaurant, and then handed the prize to just such a business owner. Sage hasn't as of yet responded to a request for comment. The 68-year-old became owner of the inn the same way by winning an essay contest 22 years ago. The entry fee for her contest was $125. Now, although Sage received fewer than the 7,500 entries she sought, it was still enough to fund her retirement. So people are now sore losers because they didn't win the inn. That's basically what it comes down to. My essay wasn't good enough. I can't win, but nobody else can have it either. That's basically what it comes down to.
Well, I think anytime you have a contest, there's always people that feel that, it's rigged. It's, Oh, you gave it to the wrong person. I should have won, or somebody else should have won. And I think one of the problems with that is that the essay contest to win the inn was $125. I think that, well, I know that in New York, that's like getting a ticket to win, basically. You can't do that.
Yeah, no, I know that. The question is, who was the judge?
I'm guessing she was, by all accounts that I'm looking at there.
Then that was probably not a good idea. Unless it was blind, like she didn't know who the people were.
Something, yeah.
You know.
Pull it out of a hat. Or no, you can't, because it's an essay. Somebody's got to
Right,
judge.
but she could still award it blind by not knowing who the people are that were, applying to win.
Their background.
Right, exactly. Because it is kind of ironic or suspicious. Let's call it suspicious.
It's odd.
That the people who did win it already
Had it in.
Right, they already had an in, they were already in the business, so they know what they're doing. Granted, the woman doesn't want the place to go under, so she wants to try and protect it and give it to someone who can handle it, but that kind of, cancels out the whole contest.
Well, maybe what they wrote just sounded like somebody who really knows what they're doing as far as running a bed and breakfast. And she's like, oh, these people would be successful with it. Maybe she didn't even know that they had it in. I don't know.
It's certainly possible. It's certainly possible.
Why would they say, hey, we got an in already, give us another one?
Well, yeah. Wonder what they're doing with the old one in the Virgin Islands. Are they giving that one away to an essay contest?
I don't know.
No, it would be funny. All right.
Pay it forward.
In it forward?
In it forward, yeah.
Yeah, essay it forward, something like that.
Essay it forward, yeah.
All right, so let's take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to have the Glory Days 2-minute warning, the 5 off, 5 on racing news update, and lots more. Don't touch that stream.
What's up, guys? We're Scano Fair, and we're here with Enravio. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
Advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, Enravio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is Enravio.com.
This is Joe Larson. You should check out the 5 off 5 on Racing Show live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or catch us on video on demand anytime 24/7 only on the Enravio TV network.
Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back.
So let's go to Glory Days for the Glory Days 1-minute warning.
2 minutes.
Oh, 2-minute one. Who gave him an extra minute?
Hello again, everybody. We're Bruce and Disco from the Glory Days Show, and this is your InRavio Sports 2-minute warning.
Mr. B, I know you have a Twitter account, and you don't tweet too often.
Too often? I don't tweet at all.
If you tweet at all.
Like I say, I twerk, my friend.
But I know that you're on Facebook, and you can be fairly active on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay. But do you pay any attention to spelling and grammar?
I absolutely do.
According to a report in the Wall Street Journal, in the world of social media, it's Mets fans that have the worst spelling and grammar of all 30 Major League Baseball teams. A website called Grammarly, which boasts automated proofreading software, reviewed the most recent 150 comments on each team's official home website page during a 5-day period, and they found that Met fans average 13.9 mistakes every 100 words.
The proofreading system detects grammar, spelling, and punctuation errors. Mets fans may have been last, but Yankee fans weren't that far behind, coming in at number 26 with 12.1 errors per 100. At least we're beating the Yankees in something. Fans with the least mistakes? Drum roll. The Cleveland Indians, clocking in with a minuscule 3.6 errors per 100 words. Let's be fair here. No other team needs to learn how to spell Neuenhuis, d'Arnaud, Syndergaard, DeGrom. I mean, the list goes on.
The list goes on. And you can get the lowdown on what's happening in sports and more on the Glory Days Show with Bruce and Disco every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. here in the East, only on the InRavio TV network. I'm Paul Discofani. That's Bruce Solar.
And you have been warned.
Well, you did say you wanted them
Thanks,
to...
Hans and Franz.
That's exactly what they were doing.
That's exactly what they were doing.
They said you wanted them to be
I think they should have a 1-minute warning, and we should cut that off. For enough of this 2-minute stuff.
Oh,
They're
come
done.
on. So do you pay attention to the spell checker in your stuff?
Yes, I do.
I know, because you come up with all kinds of weird things.
Because I'm terrible. I have to. I mean, as it is now, people think I'm a freaking lunatic. You know? I mean, if I don't spell check, I'm going to be that much worse. So, yeah, no, I have to pay attention. It's bad.
I know.
But no, I do.
I know you do. You have to.
It's terrible.
All right. So why don't we check in with Joe Larson?
Joe.
For his 5 off, 5 on racing segment. Let's see what Joe's got to say.
Hey, if you missed last week's show, you missed a good one. We had a discussion about the Confederate flag and NASCAR's attempt to keep the Confederate flag away from the NASCAR areas during events. We talked about that. We talked about what the Confederate flag means and what it's all about. We talked about rain delays, what it takes for a promoter, rain delays, a promoter's nightmare. Do you cancel? Do you not cancel? Do you reschedule? Do you run it anyway, knowing that nobody's going to come? Well, we talked about it. We had an interview with Jim Kelly in a race in the early years, talking about when he raced with the Jimi Hendrixons and the Jazombacks and the Harbacks, all back in the 60s and the 70s, the early years, Al D'Angelo. And coming up this week, Daytona, the Firecracker 400 that used to be called. It was always run on July 4th, whether it was Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. This year it happens to be July 4th is a Saturday. And they'll have a nice race there, the Southern Modifieds. There'll be a Caraway after a long delay. And we're going to have a surprise guest. Stay tuned to InRavio.com on your computer to see who that's going to be. And we're going to have a discussion about a vintage modified race that will be held at the Bethel Speedway in upstate New York, close to where Woodstock was back in 1969, for those of you who are old enough to remember. Well, we're going to have a good show next Monday. And again, have a nice 4th of July. We hope to see you Monday night. Be there.
Thanks, Joe. He's got a lot of cool stuff going on. He's bringing in some good stuff from other tracks and stuff. Very good show. You should check that out.
Absolutely.
If you even like racing a little bit, you might find it very interesting.
You're going to like this next
I'm
story.
going to like this next one.
Yes, absolutely.
Apparently, in Maine, if you happen to be a motor enthusiast with a soft spot for extreme off-road recreation, here's some great news for you. The world's first luxury tank, the Ripsaw EV2 Extreme luxury tank, can be yours. According to Make a How and How Tech, the Ripsaw platform was originally designed and built as a high-speed super tank for military use. It quickly proved to be the fastest dual-track vehicle ever developed and ended up on the cover of Popular Science magazine. In 2013, How and How decided to introduce the cutting-edge technology to the high-end luxury market. They spent thousands of man-hours working on the project and finally unveiled the Ripsaw EV2, a handcrafted, limited-run, high-end luxury super tank developed for the public. Don't wait till the last minute to get yours, though, because once the company receives an order, a Ripsaw EV2 takes up to 6 months to complete, as each of them is built by hand. So according to Gizmag, the Ripsaw EV2 will have a power winch, gull-wing doors, a high-intensity light bar, 12 inches of suspension travel, and a diesel engine that puts out over 600 horsepower. The interior, they speculate, will look something like out of a Batman movie. So the question I have is, first off, does the girl come with it? Secondly, how big is the inside of this thing? How much does this thing cost? And where are you going to drive that? I don't think you're allowed to take that on the parkway. It would be good in rush hour traffic because you could probably just go over the cars to get to where you need to be. But I'm thinking that's a bit much.
Yeah, that was my big question was, where are you going to drive it? Because I don't think it's legal to go anywhere with the tracks.
But you could have on your Honda Accord a little bumper sticker that says, "My other car is a tank."
And you wouldn't be lying.
And you wouldn't be lying.
I'm thinking, where would those gull-wing doors be?
Yeah, and why would you need gull-wing doors on a tank that has treads? You can open them however you want to open them.
I guess. How the hell do you get in and out? You're definitely not going to be concerned about your pretty dress or anything driving that thing around.
I don't think you're climbing up in that in a pretty dress. I wouldn't.
No, well,
Nah.
it's not often that we get you dressed up into a pretty dress anyway. It's pretty rare.
Really, where do you take a tank?
I don't know.
That's what I'd like to know.
There's nowhere. You cannot drive them on the street.
Is there a
It's not
place
allowed.
where you can, is there a tank place where you can take them at tank races or?
Kind of like a dog park where you can take the dog. There's a tank
four-wheel
park.
tank driving, you can take it over there.
Yeah, I don't think so. Don't think so. All right, so moving right along. In France, they had a mud run, believe it or not, and the participants might have to start worrying about more than sprained ankles or scraped knees after more than 1,000 people became sick to their stomach after participating in an event last week in France. The regional health agency in southern France said 1,000 of the 8,400 participants involved in the Levens Mud Day on June 20th reported symptoms of acute gastroenteritis. The agency said the stomach ailments, mostly diarrhea, vomiting, and fever, were caused by norovirus, a highly infectious disease that causes an inflammation of the stomach or intestines. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says norovirus is transmitted through contaminated water or food or by touching contaminated surfaces. It's possible the runners may have ingested mud contaminated with the virus along the race course, possibly through the presence of feces in the mud. Some runners took to Mud Day's Facebook page complaining that sections of the course smelled distinctly of horse manure. The Mud Day organizers in Levens said they are making every effort to determine what could be causing stomach upset in some of the run's participants. I'm thinking the feces. I think that's what it is.
I'm thinking you're running through mud that's made from dirt and water and sitting around.
And God knows what else.
God knows what else. And there's 8,400 people running through this mud and, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. You think they're getting out of the mud, they go to the bathroom. Question?
How deep is, I mean, look at that picture.
I know.
How deep is this mud?
He's more than knee deep.
Why? Why do you have to have a run where you run through mud that's up to your chest?
Because it's fun.
Says who?
Apparently them.
They're wrong. That's not fun, that's gross.
Well, could be worse.
What? How?
You could be in China running through one of those electric runs and they put the smoke out.
All right, I'll give you that.
And,
I will definitely
it turns
give you
out
that.
the smoke is flammable and it blows up and burns people. Could be worse.
Yeah, I guess so.
So,
all right, we're going to take one more quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have some more stories, but these are not going to be stupid in nature. These are actually stories that are good and are going to make you feel good about human nature and just humankind in general. These I'm really looking forward to.
Me too.
We'll be right back.
Sounds good.
We don't want that one.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Okay.
We're back. Thanks to the band, by the way. Thank you to the band. Clapping. There you got it, girl. Pay attention. There's going to be a quiz at the end.
Oh, no, I'm going to fail.
Okay, well, thank you to the band, and that's a short break. We are back.
We are back.
So,
well, it was so short because I couldn't wait to do these stories.
Let's do it then.
All right. So, the billboard reads, "A mother can't raise a man, but I raised a gentleman." We have the total package. Ovella decided to celebrate in style because AJ has always been a super kid and a gentleman. ABC News reported AJ always made sure to help out his mom instead of going to a boys and girls club every Saturday. AJ would look after his baby sister while mom worked. As for AJ, he was shocked and happy when he saw the billboard. In the fall, he's off to Rowan College to study engineering. What a good kid.
Yeah, very nice.
I think it's really sweet that his mom was that proud of him that she actually was able to put together this billboard for him. And, you know, just because she was so proud that he graduated. It's wonderful. This is, by the way, a single mother of 6.
Wow.
Yes. And
very good. Good job.
Absolutely.
Very nice. Well, in an effort to let blood donors know how much they're appreciated, Sweden's County Council sends donors a personal text message every time their blood is used to help save a life. So Carolina Bloom Wilberg, a communications manager at the Stockholm Blood Service, said, "We are constantly trying to develop ways to express donors' importance. We want to give them feedback on their effort, and we find this a good way to do that." I think if that's something that you can do, that's awesome. I don't see how you could. It seems like it's a very daunting task, but that's very interesting. It's very, very nice.
I think it would be really cool to, you give this, because I think 1 pint can help something like 8 people, I think they say. I think it's up to 8 people 1 pint can do. So you could get as many as 8 texts saying that you've saved a life or helped as many as 8 people. So 8 times. And who knows, maybe you're feeling really bad, you're kind of down one day, or your boyfriend breaks up with you, or your girlfriend breaks up with you, or your dog is sick, or mom yelled at you, or whatever. And then you, bam, doo-doo-doo, you get this text, and it says, you've saved a life today. How great would that make you feel?
Yeah, I think that would be nice.
I think it would be wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it. I think we need to talk to the Red Cross or the blood people or whoever it is around here that does blood.
And see what they can do about it.
Absolutely. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I get another one. When 3 brothers found out their 75-year-old neighbor had a warrant out for her arrest because her grass was too long, the boys spent a blistering hot summer day in Texas mowing her grass that was over 18 inches long. None of the brothers had ever met the woman, but that didn't matter. She's 75 years old and she needs some help out here mowing. I mean, that's the least we could do. That's the quote from one of the brothers. How sweet is that?
I think that's a great thing.
I think it's wonderful. I mean, how often do you have people just helping their neighbors because it's necessary, because it's something that they need?
Right.
You know, it's just so rare.
That's
and
a
I
great
think it's
neighborhood.
wonderful.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah. And it is,
Kudos to the brothers.
absolutely. Okay, so we're pretty much done, unless you have some special message for the world.
No.
No? No message for the world?
Nope. I hope you had some fun on this show. The idea is to bring a little fun to your life, get you over the hump. It is Wednesday. You do have 4th of July coming up. Very important. Be safe out there with fireworks, especially
No lighting yourself
fireworks.
on fire.
There'll be a count on Monday. I want to make sure everybody's going to have, next week, I want to see everybody with 10 fingers, 10 toes, a head.
2 arms, 2 legs. All parts being accounted
All
for.
parts being accounted for. Very important. So be safe out there. Have fun. Drink responsibly. Be safe. Tip your guys in the booth. And
Yeah,
we'll
and
see you next Wednesday.
special kudos to our guys in the booth today, because they're new at this and
Stepping in.
they're stepping in because Kyle's on vacation, and they did a good job.
Mario and Eric jumping in there and doing a good job for us today. So
Absolutely.
very important. So I think that's it. We'll see you next week. Tell your friends, please join us on Wednesdays. We're hoping you have some fun and give us some feedback. Join us in the chat. Let us know what you think.
Absolutely. So see you later. Bye.
Take care.